Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon from anywhere in the world. So, welcome to yet another Do Your Own Research podcast show episode. And today we want to discuss the weekly roll up where we discuss all the trending news in the world of crypto and Web3. And today I'll be hosting this show with my friend Emmanuel Muguna. Yeah, so remember to follow us at DYR underscore show on Twitter and follow Emmanuel Muguna at Muguna underscore Emmanuel. And yeah, listen to all our shows from Spotify and all the other distribution podcast networks. So yeah, Emmanuel, welcome.
Yeah. I hope I'm clear enough.
Yes, you are. And we'll just start off with the first headline in crypto. You remember last week we talked about Ledger Wallet. Today we're back again with Atomic Wallet. So Atomic Wallet exploded and users report loss of the entire portfolio. So several users have reported losses of crypto assets, claiming funds held on Atomic Wallet vanished. Um, I'll just quote a statement from Atomic's team. Uh, we have received reports of wallets being compromised. We are doing all we can to investigate and analyze the situation. As we have more information, we will share it accordingly, stated Atomic's team in a tweet on June 3rd. So this is courtesy of Telegram. Um, what's your take on this attack on Atomic Wallet?
Yeah, okay. Thank you for the opportunity. Good morning, everyone, from this side of Kenya. Currently based in Nairobi, and I'll be willing to share my thoughts in this topic. Now, with the atomic wallet exploitation and users reporting that they have lost their funds, and last week we highlighted that the ledger compromising the seed phrase recovery. So, with such highlights happening in the crypto space, many people are now in a dilemma of asking, okay, we know that once of such big security issues coming into play in the space, now where should we head to? But with that take, what I can say is that, okay, if you can have an option of having a hot wallet, it's better. I'm not saying that it's a financial advice, but as from my own understanding, you can have a paper wallet, a cold wallet, or even a hardware wallet, or even a hot wallet, just to be precise. So it's upon you to do your own research and have your assets in a more secure way. Uh, because if you have it in a portfolio where you feel more secure, other than having it in a portfolio where of such security compromisation, and you cannot have a section where you do not know what is happening. But the fact that is in the space, we are here to be strong enough because we are hodlers in the long run. In the long run, where we know crypto space is coming to take over the financial system, and the blockchain technology is coming in to change the whole sphere of how you're going to transact. So, with that being said, what I can say is this: do your research and have a better option other than having the uh, thought of having a hardware wallet as your main option. You can look out to other options and spread out your savings in other portfolios. That's the main topic of today, and I can advise you to DYOR as we always preach it.
Yeah, like I was thinking, is it usually don't put your eggs on one basket or one tray? So that's the major takeaway here. You can spread your assets in several wallets. Hot wallet, some in the hot wallet, some in the cold wallet, and some in the mobile wallets. Like yeah, we know all the wallets. can just do your background research and spread your assets over other wallets. The second fascinating topic is about Russia. So Russia drops state-backed crypto exchange plans, rolls out new regulatory model for industry. Uh, so they terminate plans to launch a state-owned digital asset exchange with plans to back up private investors.
Mm-hmm.
What's your way on this?
Yeah. As we all know, in this space where the blockchain technology is now the buzzword in the financial systems, where many are trying to see if they can have a bite in this big cake as it is trying to develop in the mass adoption, where many people are trying to see how can we have uh, a way we can govern ourselves via the DAOs, the decentralized autonomous organization. That's a way that blockchain technology is coming to easen up the sort of running a community instead of having all these paperwork or all these waiting in individually, and everything can be tokenized and everything can be run digitally. So, okay, with that being said, let's not focus on the DAO side. Let's focus on this topic of today, where Russia is dropping the sentiment of not having a government-based crypto exchange, but it is encouraging the private investors to chip in and provide their services, but under their own government regulatory framework, which we all know uh, this framework is for the betterment of the population, as we can read from the article. But in the case where we have discussed earlier, we have Binance in Australia, we have Binance in Japan, we have Binance in Thailand, and we have Binance in Singapore, remember? And recently, you can see that the Brazilian government went into partnership with big tech companies to produce a CBDC. A CBDC, where the central-based digital currency will be run, the formulation of the backend on everything that will be government owned. The big tech companies like Microsoft and PayPal are being they are taking part in this great innovation. So with such highlights happening in the blockchain technology world, we see positive positive outcomes, where we know that once we have these uh, big sentiments or big players coming into the space, we can push for mass adoption. And if you do know how this blockchain technology really does work, yes, you can push for uh, yeah, the government can push for the mass adoption of the blockchain technology. But for you, if you do know how the blockchain technology really does work, you can be a maxi like my own, but it's not a financial advice because we are always orange peeling everywhere. For the Bitcoin maxis, you always orange peeling, but you can have it. Yeah, this is a big move for the tech world, and we all know the Web3 is coming to take over, be it financially, be it how we do our daily lives activities. Everything is going to change, and we've seen how Singapore has been running in the recent years, how they are trying to incorporate their systems and how they are going to be paying their government servicemen via blockchain technology. And recently, we have seen even China stating that its servicemen in the government will be paid via these crypto assets or this blockchain technology. So, with such sentiments in this space, I think we are in for a good run, but it's not a financial advice. Always do where you are.
Yeah, just to also about Russia's move on these digital assets. Remember, the mixed signals have plagued Russia's relationship with crypto for years. beginning the government's desire total fiscal control. So you remember last year, uh, the Bank of Russia announced plans on outright ban dividend payments before Ministry of Finance proposed a deal for crypto regulation. So months later, President Putin signed a law prohibiting digital assets payments, citing risk and economic sabotage. However, the sanctions imposed on Russia, uh, remember of course, the Ukraine invasion. It led to exploring stablecoins to bypass financial restrictions. So, blockchain, rather crypto, are cross-border. You can't maybe someone from Russia from receiving crypto. So, the sanctions kind of raised an alarm, rather, kind of raised curiosity to the Russian government to explore crypto and stuff. So um, even some industry experts have hailed the move, describing it as a step in the right direction. Uh, the founder of Bitriva, Oleg Ogenko, is the founder of Bitriva. He said that the move will help cushion the risk of sanctions and cyber attacks on crypto infrastructure and eliminate monopolies. And even the JS mining boss Ivan Gostev, and I quote what he said, it would allow for more competitive and innovative companies to develop. So yeah, those are some of the benefits of digital assets. Russia is now one of the major countries that are starting to embrace it.
And
Also,
and with that, sorry to cut you short. Sorry to cut you short, my brother. Okay, with that being in mind, and we all know how the Western countries or the Western side of the globe, how they're trying to sanction Russia left, right, and center, and these sanctions are not, I can say, quote unquote, working. They're not working in their favor. You can see mass adoption of this blockchain technology in the East and the Asian countries, other than how they really wanted it to work. But I'm not saying on the as a financial advice to anyone. I can say that with such sanctions, we've seen the embracement of blockchain technology in the East and Asian countries, where we can see big tech and big tech countries like Japan, like Thailand, like China, like Russia. They are having big moves in this mass adoption. Yeah, that's my take on it.
now let's travel over to the US and see what's happening over there. So Americans pulled over $472 billion out of the US banks in 3 months as depositors exit historic numbers. So, um, new numbers from the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation (FDIC) show Americans are pulling their money at a pace not seen in here for decades, for 4 decades. So, this has shattered a 39-year record. So maybe the Americans are kind of, I don't know how to say this, but they kind of are losing hopes in the banking systems. And I think the mass exodus follows the failure of present banks, the Signature Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, and First Republic, which were triggered in large part by the Federal Reserve's aggressive interest rate hikes. So the hikes in the interest rates kind of triggered this mass exodus from people who are holding their money in banks. And so as the depositors leave the banking system, money market funds have witnessed massive weekly cash inflows. Um, about there was a surge of about 5.6 trillion according to Crane data, representing a record high. Um, Emmanuel, after all this money has been withdrawn apart from money market? Do you speculate that probably um, they're also going to put it in somewhere else?
Yeah, let me have a take.
Yeah,
Let me
this
have
is
a take
certainly
in
of
this.
the daily hobby. Sorry. Uh-huh.
Yeah, let me have a take in this. What I can say is that if we can see large amounts being pulled out from the central banks or these funding where we can see the people pulling out large amounts, $472 billion is not a small amount of money that you can juggle around with. That's a huge amount that can even
Yeah,
collapse a bank by its own.
it's
Yeah,
slightly above $150 billion extra of what Elon has. So it's a lot of money.
yeah, it's a lot of money because if you can see the collapse of the SVB, the Silicon Valley Bank, which was triggered by such pullouts where the depositors were pulling out large amounts, then liquidity crisis will be on the rise. And where will this money go eventually? People are trying to find out stable assets where they can safeguard of their future because the increase in interest hikes, where the Fed is always having the interest hikes on upon each reading monthly, that you always expect the reading monthly, and we the traders, like I am a trader, we can only see that yes, the interest hikes are coming in, and how can we brace ourselves? We need to find a stable asset that we can safeguard our future. So we can have the examples of back then we used to have our assets in gold. Many people are holding the gold because it is ever known as a stable asset. It's off political manipulation. One it in it is always equivalent to a certain amount, and the manipulation is minimal. You cannot have any manipulation whatsoever in the gold holding. And now we have this crypto space where we have these stable coins like the USDT and the USDC. So many people, I can say, but it's not. Don't misquote me, people. Don't misquote me. It's not a financial advice. Many people are seeing this as a way to hold their financial freedom for the future. So we can see uh, the steady increase in volume of the USDC. Right now, it's on the highest peak in volume, where we can see many people are holding the USDC stablecoin and the USDT. But you know, the USDT is the top, then the USDC comes in second. Then you have the assets like the Binance stablecoin. Yeah, you can choose to also have it as a store of value. Yeah, with such amounts being pulled out from the central banks, now people are seeing, yeah, we've been having this, but the paper money is not helping us. We need something that is way stable and something that you can secure a future with. Now, this is the play that we are witnessing right now. It's a shift in the pendulum.
Yeah, and still on that, I think this one is also related, so we'll just move over to Kenya now. Kenya, Kenya in East Africa, Kenya says a CBDC is not our immediate priority. So we all know what CBDCs are, and Kenya says CBDCs have its benefits, but it's not their priority. Now, Kenya is open to using blockchain tech and has even explored the potential of a central bank digital currency. In Feb 2022, the CBK asked for public input on implementing CBDC in Kenya. A little bit of, well, it's not history, but a few months ago, in 2021, or now it's 2 years ago, yeah, the Central Bank of Nigeria launched the e-Naira, a digitized version of the Naira that the financial institution said was meant to complement but not replace cash. So the Central Bank of Nigeria said the goal was to increase transparency and accountability while lowering the cost of doing business in the country. We all know the benefits of digitized money. However, uh, while e-Naira modernized Nigeria's payment landscape, there are still concerns like all CBDCs, which are about security and privacy implications. So back to Kenya. Um, so due to the history, to this history, the central bank has decided to halt progression of CBDCs, but will keep an eye on any advancements in the field. So they even explained that their existing solutions offer alternative payment systems consistent with their overall objectives of providing a secure, fast, efficient, and accessible network that works for all Kenyans. Now, Kenya prides itself with a really advanced digitized way of transactions. That's the M-Pesa. It's really famous, I guess, across the globe. So CBK so far views this as something that is still offering solutions, but they have not completely shut out the idea of CBDCs. So it's something that they're still doing some more research on, but the major take here is that it's not their immediate priority. Now, this is, I think, is a bit of a good news for all people who are usually concerned with regulations and stuff, because now we've seen Russia and now Kenya, they are kind of starting to embrace this digital currency stuff. Yeah. Uh, However, CBDCs are kind of centralized. We'll talk about them in later episodes. Before we move on, next we are going to another super interesting topic. Emmanuel, I would like to talk about this. Just before we move to some of the NFT news upcoming, let's talk about Coinbase launching institutional sized Bitcoin and Ether future contracts.
Yeah, okay. What I can say about that is that the institution of funding that we all know, when we have big institutions coming into the market, we expect large amounts of liquidity being pumped into the market. So with Coinbase coming in and showing us that their interest is to bring in the big boys into the market and providing that they have a solution to how they can trade in these financial markets using the Ether and Bitcoin future trading, where the institutional sites they can pump in their funds, have their trades, and with this we can see big volumes coming into the process, where we expect some pumps in the coming days. But it's not a financial advice. Don't misquote the people. Don't misquote me. I need to be open on that, because once you misquote me, I'm not liars to any financial
Yeah,
financial losses,
financial
because
advice.
yeah, it's not a way that I can say that it's a financial advice to anyone, because, or from my own understanding, is that once you have these big institutional players coming into the market, like, let's say, we can say the crypto volatility. We all know these markets are always volatile, and once we experience some institutional buying, we expect some bullish momentum, as for my own understanding or for my own analysis. And when we see some institutional selling, we expect some institutional bearish return. So, with that being said, and that being in mind, I can say that we better brace up, because if Coinbase can provide a platform where these institutional buyers or institutional key players can chip in this blockchain market, and have their stake in the market, then it's a big improvement. And you can see the tech is ever growing day in day out. Like today is not like yesterday, and today cannot be like tomorrow. uh we can see, like, recently there was a contest where Binance was running a contest and providing a platform where people can show off their skills and get some funding on acquiring and showing off their skills in implementing some blockchain technology advancements. So with such initiatives, you can see the blockchain technology being implemented and being embedded into the community fully, and that is a big move in this space, and it is a thumbs up and a kudos to everyone. We better brace it up early enough and better chip in, because the earlier it is, the better for us all.
Yeah, you can read more on that on the blog. Yeah, so Coinbase will launch the new Bitcoin and Ether futures contracts, and the benefits are that it will offer lower fees for investors. So Coinbase Derivatives Exchange is regulated by the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, which will launch the futures. They'll be available through leading third-party institutional features, commission merchants, and brokers. If you're interested in that, you can do further research on that. So let's move on to um, the stablecoin news, and then we'll move to no. Before we go to the stablecoins, let's move um, NFT thefts. Yeah, there have been some thefts, major concerns. So many NFT thefts total to $2.9 million. These are cause for concern. Okay, the crypto space is still a wild place where you are careful and constantly doing research. So in May, the rise and dominance of stolen NFTs on the Blur marketplace highlighted security concerns. Despite these declining volumes, blue chip NFTs continue to attract demand. So blue chip NFTs are like the body of the art club NFTs. So let me look at what happened here. So NFT thefts amounting to $2.95 million in May raised concerns about the market security. Despite a decline in overall NFTs, blue chips experienced increased demand. So I'll just quote a tweet from Parkshield Alert. Parkshield is a crypto cybersecurity firm. So it quoted the tweet saying in May 2023, 2.95 worth of NFTs was stolen, marking an 8.7 decrease compared to the previous month. In the span of 130 minutes, half of the stolen NFTs were promptly sold on various marketplaces. So the percentage of stolen NFTs sold on Blur, you can follow up the tweet. You can follow up the tweet, Parkshield Alert, then you will see everything. So maybe we just kind of talk about how maybe you can try and well, the best way of trying to protect yourself from such things is just avoid connecting your wallet to malicious links, and then you can probably have separate wallets for experiments. If you see a malicious link, just create another wallet and use the wallet that does not hold your NFTs if you're an NFT holder. This applies even for crypto holders now, like the Atom case that we checked out. You can just have separate wallets for experiments that do not hold your precious NFTs. So
Yeah.
let me just talk about yield analytics also. So despite the increase in theft, the competition amongst marketplaces remain healthy. According to Dion Analytics, OpenSea represents, of course, 51% of all the trades, while Blur dominates in terms of volume, capturing about 56.6 the NFT trade volume. Um, However, NFTs have witnessed a significant decline. Mhm. Yeah, you can add on something on that.
Yeah, okay. Thank you again. What I can say in this space is that once we have this non-fungible token topic, we always know that many people are always quote unquote skeptical about this idea because we know we've got no regulatory framework as of now that can govern this space, but we are hoping in the coming future that we'll be having one regulatory framework that can be say that once you have these assets, such regulatory framework is you have to follow a certain protocol, you know. But as of now, we don't have. But what I can say, the future of the digital or the future of the artwork, it will be digital, and everything it will be tokenized. You've seen the example of plots of land being tokenized. We have the examples of Decentraland, where we have the mana token. Then we have the board ape. We have the arts being tokenized, having them as non-fungible tokens. Then we have the gaming arena where we have rewards in form of NFTs. So with this daily progress in these non-fungible token markets or this blockchain technology, we can see it is rapidly growing by the minute, and we cannot say it is on a decline. Yes, the fad will be there. I can say of that is a fact. We'll be having the fad, but with the fad being in this space, we always pitch out, do your own research, because once, like my friend had stated earlier, you can see of right now the hype around the crypto space. You have the airdrops, and many people are rushing out to have the airdrops. So with airdrops being the buzzword as of now, do not connect your wallets to any link or any site because you do not know how good it is. But first, before joining any site, do your own research, read about their white paper, read about their roadmap, and try to understand what are they coming into doing to the space. Is it positive? Is it on the negative side? But with that stated, the key takeout in this is always do your own research.
Yeah, still on NFTs, Japan's is a very interesting one also. Japan's All Nippon Airways or ANA Group has launched an unfungible token NFT. So Japan's ANA airline launches NFT marketplace, sees future in metaverse projects. So Japan's ANA Group has launched the NFT platform known as ANA Granwell NFT Marketplace to trade art and photograph collectibles through its metaverse subsidiary ANA Neo. The company tweeted last Thursday. Um, so yeah, let me just talk about the Japanese government. So the Japanese government has become increasingly supportive of emerging metaverse tech as a pillar of the country's economic future. A government-affiliated white paper released in April detailed plans the country has for adopting free tech. So even the Japanese government is adopting free tech, and the airline has launched the NFT marketplace. So let me talk about something small, then Manuel will add on something on NFT. So artists and creators will be able to sell their works on NFTs on the marketplace, and certain NFTs will be up for trading according to the new marketplace website. So even in October 2022, the And then Neo said it raised like 1.3 billion yen. That's an equivalent of about $9.4 million in a second round of fundraising, bringing the total to 5.8 billion yen since inception. NFTs have really interesting use cases.
Yeah, true. With that in mind, we all know uh, what NFTs can do in real world situations. Let's take the example of the Grand Prix in Monaco. Last,
Yeah, the
last,
one we did last week.
yeah, the one they did last week. The Grand Prix in Monaco, where we had the tokens or the tickets, they were tokenized, and everything was running on the Polygon network. So, what is the advantage of this? One, you cannot duplicate. You cannot duplicate the ticket. Once you have this ticket, it can be reusable because it is one of a kind, because it's a non-fungible token. That's the essence of being non-fungible. The fungibility point of it cannot be fungible like the normal currencies that we have. So, in that aspect, what I can say, the Japanese ANA airline launching an NFT marketplace and seeing that the future is in the metaverse, that's a big move, and that's a bonus in the crypto space. Why? With that being in mind, that the digital artwork is the main frontier and the main uh, space that is pushing this mass adoption. We can say of that according to my own research, but it's not how I can advise anyone to look at it. First, do your research, but because I did my own research, I saw that in this space, what is really pushing for the mass adoption is these NFTs. Because look at the space of gaming, rewards and non-fungible tokens. Look at the space of land ownership. You can have your land tokenized. Okay. Look at the space of your normal day events like let's say a music concert. Once you have the ticket tokenized, it is not duplicable. That's a matter of fact. So, with the ANA airline launching this marketplace and the Japanese government coming in and supporting of the same initiative, we can say that the mass adoption is on the rise, and that's a thumbs up to this space. And we are here to push it 100. And that's why we always host this space for you to listen up, learn, and go there, do your research, and know what is happening, because we will not like you to be left out. And in this move, we are here to brace up and hold. We are all hodlers, and if you're not a hodler, then you can choose of another strategy, an investment strategy that suits your own portfolio. That's an advice from my own side, and that's my take on this space.
Yeah, and just to end the discussion on the Japanese NFT, the president of ANNEO, Mitsu Tomita, said on a statement, through this initiative we aim to unlock the potential of NFT in the education industry, bringing together the digital and physical realms to create unique and memorable experience. So just from that you can decipher what this means to both the physical and the digital realm. Um, hmm, let's move on to another super important development in the world of crypto. Second largest stablecoin to launch natively on Ethereum scaling solution, Arbitrum. So we all know Arbitrum. It did some round of airdrops a few months ago, and now Circle's plan to launch USD coin. USDC is from Circle. They're the second largest, of course, after Tether. So the stablecoin issuer says this new USDC will be the official version of the Arbitrum ecosystem and will eventually replace directly on Arbitrum that is great for Ethereum. Mm-hmm. A few episodes ago we talked about a certain development of Apple. So what this means is that so Arbitrum says the benefits of a native USD coin and says external on and off ramps via Circle's upcoming support from a cross-chain transfer protocol. So we talked about the development of Circle's cross-chain transfer protocol and its importance. So they chose this because of the cross-chain transfer protocol gets rid of the free withdrawal delay. So the native USDC will also be fully reserved and always redeemable at 1-to-1 ratio for the user. So we all know how bridges sometimes are slow, and recent hacks to several bridges also make it. I'm not saying that slow, but some of them are usually susceptible to attacks. But now the Circle's cross-chain transfer protocol gets rid of all this. So that's why Arbitrum says uh, they chose this. And USDC has a market cap of over $39 billion, just behind Tether's USDC. Even USDC is the fifth largest asset, so there's no need to worry about liquidity.
Yeah, true to that, because we all know with the space ever developing by the day, like I had stated it earlier. Like yesterday is not how you be today. Like today is not how you be tomorrow. Because everyone behind the screen is trying to develop our new mechanism that you can onboard the mass in the space, because we need the mass adoption. And these big tech players, like the example of Circle, which is behind the USDC, they are trying to implement of ways that they can save their users of the uh, hassle of delays, the hassle of hacks, the hassle of gas fees, the hassle of transaction fees. Like you all know, these are traditional financial systems. The transaction fees are way too high, but using the blockchain technology, you can use as low as even 10 cents per transaction. So with this on-ramp onboarding of these tech enthusiasts like we can see that it's a big push and a big improvement in the space. And we always say that it is always greater than today and it is always greater than tomorrow if we come together and push for this space and press it up and embrace it in the early stages, because everything that is always in the little and the baby stage, once it is fully grown, we will be reaping off the benefits. And remember, it's not a financial advice. Don't misquote me.
Okay. We have two more interesting topics. So we'll start with Orbs launching the limit tool. Then we'll wind up with I think one of the most interesting about PayPal. So keep listening. Yeah. So let's start with Orbs launching the limit tools to boost DeFi trading. So Orbs announces the release of the limit, a decentralized limit, so order solution for DEXs. DEXs just means decentralized exchanges. So D-Limit is designed to optimize trading efficiency, offer a user-friendly experience, and yeah, this has drawn significant interest from leading DEXs with multiple integrations already in progress. Just a short talk about what what DeFi has to do with this. So while this decentralized finance is still in its early stages, it is rapidly catching up with traditional solutions. Traditional solutions and the trading stuff, and also the latest tool by Ops will further boost DeFi's capabilities in trading in the depths. So on June 1st, Ops, a decentralized blockchain infrastructure provider, launched this limit. It's just a decentralized limit order tool, and its aim is to help DEXs provide a better experience for their users. I guess it will use a smart contract. Of course, it will be it's already audited. They monitor they monitor the delimit smart contract, and when an order is open for bid, they calculate and submit a bid. This way, the validators optimize the protocol's efficiency. Delimit will also has it's also designed to minimize gas fees and ensure optimal trade paths, closely tracking spot market prices. So it also has a UI template for seamless integration with DEXs. So thanks to these features, Ops DEXs or other DEX users will enjoy a more intuitive and more friendly trading experience. So we need to do a little digging on this day limit. Emmanuel, have you tried it out or have you checked it out? Or is there something that you have to add on this tool?
Okay. What I can say, I haven't tried it out, but what I can say is that with this initiative, where we can see the DEXs trying to, and we can see this improvement where these DEXs are trying to safeguard and ensure the users of better ways of their assets being transacted within their own framework, because if this delimit can save you the hassle of being glued to the screen and finding the best spot market prices where you can either buy or you can sell your assets for. So this delimit will save you that hassle, and it is totally automized. As from my understanding, according to the article that you're reading out, it is totally automized. It speculates on the best prices that one can have in the markets, and it automates and triggers the orders according to the best prices. So with that improvement in the space, it will help on ramp the new users who are coming into the market, learning of the decentralized exchanges, how they do work, and it will save them the time and the hassle of ever being there on the screen and finding the space the best prices to either buy or sell. So with that being said, it's a thumbs up in the space and a great improvement from on our side, and that's how I can say we are on the right track on this mass adoption brigade, sort of brigade to the masses.
Yeah, it's a tool that I also haven't checked out, but it looks very interesting for traders, hardcore traders. I guess this will help them, especially in the DEX decentralized exchanges where you trade. Decentralized exchanges are autonomous. No one is in charge of them. They just run through very well written smart contracts. So just to wind up on this week's weekly roll up, check on a really interesting development. PayPal PayPal was the PayPal what PayPal is doing right now. Uh, the new crypto wallet company that PayPal has set its sights on So PayPal invests in new crypto wallet service, Magic. So Magic, just a little bit on Magic. So Magic was founded in 2018 as a technology startup. It offers a unique non-custodial crypto wallet infrastructure designed to provide businesses with an easy-to-use and secure Web3 experience. So it leverages on a proprietary SDK. SDK is just a software development kit, and Magic allows customers to effortlessly create wallets using their existing email, social media accounts, or SMS. And the simplicity and accessibility of Magic's wallet as service, that is WAS solution, have made it an attractive choice for companies looking to embrace cryptocurrency world. Now, PayPal has set its sights on Magic to provide crypto wallet services. Now, even PayPal is onboarding on Web3, leveraging on blockchain tech.
Yeah, what I can say is that looking at this space where we all know PayPal was a Web 2, now it's moving to Web 3. And with that being in sight, with the Magic, where Magic has a reach out of millions in the population, where it is a tech company trying to onboard people into the Web3. And with this Web3 adoption and PayPal pushing of this same initiative with this Magic company, we can say that the on-ramping is on the steady rise because we need the masses, and the mass adoption should be of our top priority. With that being in the lookout and being on the sides of many, we can say that it's a big improvement. And if we see PayPal, and we recently we had discussed that Microsoft was on ramping the CBDC project in Brazil. Now we can see PayPal coming in with the Web3 idea under this partnership with Magic, the company. So yeah, that's a good improvement in the space, and we are here to embrace it. And that's my take on it. And we always pitch out to everyone. Once you hear of any great news, we all know something good has a backslide of it. So it's always advisable of anyone or everyone to always do research into such insights.
Yeah, and it's been amazing hosting the Rollup with you. And just before I wind up, just before we wind up on this, I think the collaboration between Magic and PayPal Ventures holds great promise for the future of digital asset adoption. Uh, Given Magic's wallet solutions are in line with the efforts of decentralization. So this has been great, and we hope that as these headlines come out, most of us will embrace our core value, that is doing your own research on what we're just trying to highlight over here. Remember to, of course, follow us on Twitter at DIR_show. Follow my Twitter handle at Emmaunel Muguna at Muguna_Emmanuel. And yeah, the shows will also start being available on our YouTube channel and all the podcast um, distribution platforms. So it's goodbye from my side, and looking forward to the next episode.
Yeah, same here. We can wrap it up by saying that it's always advisable for everyone, if you are a tech enthusiast or if you are someone who foresees of the future, as the current happenings are here to show you, and they are here to tell you of how the future can be. So with such sentiments, it is always advisable for you to DYOR, and that's why we are always here to pitch out of the same in such podcasts. And that's a piece of advice that I can have to the general public. And with that being in mind, it's an adios from my own side. Blessed week ahead, and see you in our next episode. Make sure to tune in and follow us across board all social platforms, and it's a great opportunity to have you on board. Thank you all.
Goodbye, DYOR.
Peace out.